The city and county of Denver boasts more than 4,000 acres of traditional parks and parkways, and approximately 70% of Denver parks are built on top of landfills. Many of these unregulated landfills have building debris that contains asbestos. Denver Parks and Recreation employees often disturb this building debris through their normal operations and maintenance programs. The State Health Department has a rule to protect public health and the environment from asbestos debris, referred to as regulated asbestos contaminated soils, or RACAS. Under this rule, a certified asbestos building inspector, a CABI, ensures the health and welfare of the public when RACAS is encountered. As part of the Partnership in Asbestos Materials Management Program, Denver Parks and Recreation took an innovative approach by developing their own CABI program instead of going the traditional route of hiring from outside the city, thus saving the city time and money when encountering RACAS.
Landfills were dropped everywhere in Denver, right-of-ways, on the street, in parks.
Before, the norm was throw the brick aside and keep digging.
Can't just go in and cut and dig anyway. That time is done. We need to be smart about it from here on out.
We've been able to institute a CABI program within parks that our district staff, our city operations staff, environmental health can all reach out to.
The purpose of the CABI program is to recognize asbestos in the field and all kinds of construction debris that's out there.
If someone is in the field and they discover something, before they get too far, they call us.
I'm gonna guess metal with some type of insulation or coating on it.
A piece of floor tile with some different color mastic on the back.
Well, this is some kind of coating to a wiring.
Not sure what it is. We don't know if it's like a piece of a center block, some sort of coating. And on the back, it looks like it may be mastic.
Usually brick suspect when it has like some mortar or mastic on it.
There's like paint, take a little bit of cement or the outside of the building, stucco or something.
So do you think we got enough plaster samples in this thing?
I think so.
Pipe insulation from an electrical wire.
Well, it's a piece of tile. It's got patterns on it on one side. And then if you look on the side, it looks like it's made out of layers.
It's this material on the back side of the tile that it's the glue or the mastic to adhere to the floor. So that's what's typically contains asbestos.
We don't know if it contains asbestos or not, but that's why we send it in and we test it.
You know, of having these folks identified within Parks and Public Works, they can go out and network and communicate and be that face-to-face with those other parks employees that are out there, you know, performing their daily jobs, educating them on asbestos, on protocols, on updates. And so you have that interaction that really takes place on a day-to-day.
We're here to simply expedite the process. The process before required you to call a contractor, have the contractor arrive on scene, have them take the sample material, take it off to the lab, give the report back to you after it's done, interpret the results, and now we've taken that whole step out and installed our own CABIs that can do all those steps.
We can save on efficiency and cost and time. We can go and do the observations of the dig. We can take the sampling and send it to the lab and do the complete lab report.
Transite piping is probably the #1 thing we'll find because it's what we use to carry our irrigation for many years.
Transite pipe is a cement-based pipe with an asbestos fiber mesh to enhance the rigidity and the structural integrity of the pipe. So it's cementous in nature, it's gray, it's heavy, solid, and it's everywhere. It's a lot of times we do repairs and couple right up to it because it is so strong and it is very good stuff. As long as the pipe is not friable, they transition PVC to it, galvanized piping to it, cast iron pipe to it. You know, as long as it's good, you can leave it. Don't take the job on yourself. There's teams out there that can cut it properly without making dust. It is unsafe if you do it wrong.
Another piece obviously is the safety of the park users, the safety of the folks that work in the parks.
Really making sure that we're providing a safe space for people to enjoy.
Safety is the #1 thing, and part of that safety is your health.
The CABI team is here to help. We are here to, prevent any issues out in the field that deal with asbestos.
CABIs rock.